Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, November the 30th. Can you believe November's over? And we're almost to the end of the calendar year, which means like tomorrow's the last month of 2020. Today is 2021, right? Yeah. But like we're actually 2 full days into the new Christian year because, like I said, Advent started Sunday. I mean, you kind of argue it started like last Thursday, but anyway, it started Sunday. Sunday was the first Sunday in Advent. Um, and so this, we're running out of time for 2020, but we've got a whole year that just started for the Christian year. Anyway, today's daily Bible readings come to you from Psalm 90, 2 Samuel 7:18 through 29, and then Revelation 22:12 through 16. I'm going to take a look at 2 Samuel today because I've got a fun fact for you. Fun fact, King David was the first person ever to go to a Kirkland's and buy a sign made from recycled barnwood that said, "Bless this house," and hang it in this foyer. Yeah. You didn't know that. A lot of people don't. And that's, because it's completely false. But the thing is, we have this text here. We do have David asking God to bless his house. But, I kind of harp on this and I make fun of like the shiplap and barnwood bless this house signs or bless this mess. Just, the big old fluffy pillow that just says blessed. Because it's something that we say a lot and we don't really think about what that means. Christians like to throw that around like, "Oh, I'm so blessed," but what does that really mean? And as I've said before, we always mean it, we think it means like, material wealth, which really stinks if you're a person who doesn't have material wealth, because then you have to assume if all the Christians are saying that, then God isn't blessing you because you don't have, the Cadillac Escalade like they do. That's not what it means. So you have to ask, so what did he mean by that? What did David mean, when he said, "I want you to bless my house. I want my house to be blessed"? And so what does he mean? What do we mean? What should we mean? And also, more importantly, what does God mean by that? When he says he's blessing someone or blessing someone's household. And the first thing is like, David's not talking about his physical house. He's not saying, "Oh, bless my mini McMansion out by the lake." He's talking about his household, his like descendants ever after him. So David is, and actually he's more correct than we are when he talks about this. Actually, he is correct, and we're probably wrong most of the time. David had a better idea than we do. He understood that for his house, his family to be blessed, it meant that God's presence would remain with them throughout the generations, not just for him and his kids, but him and his kids and his kids' kids and his kids' kids' kids and his all that stuff. And that's what we have here in like 28 and 29. He says, "And now, O Lord, you are God and your words are true, and you have promised this good thing to your servant. Now, therefore, may it please you to bless this house of your servant, so that it may continue forever before you. For you, O Lord, have spoken, and with your blessing shall the house of your servant be blessed forever." So it's this idea that if God is going to bless his house, it means that God's presence will remain with his house, with him and his descendants forever. And the thing is that God even has more in mind, because David may have wished that his house be blessed forever. In other words, that God be with them and that God's presence remain with them. Because remember, he saw what happened when God removed his presence from another household, Saul's household, and it didn't go well for them. So he knows what that means, blessed forever. But I don't think he really had a clue of what that would look like or what God was planning, what God meant by blessing his household forever. Forever blessed for God meant that that one day, and pay attention to this because it's really important for the season of Advent. When God talks about forever blessing David's household, he means that one day this child would be born who would be, as Jesus says in the book of Revelation, that he says he would be the root and descendant of David, the bright morning star. So when David is asking God to bless his house forever, he means one thing, but he could never, I don't think, ever really conceived of what God had in store for David's house and what forever meant to him. So anyway, that's the DBR for today. Get out, enjoy the day. We'll be back tomorrow. Talk to you later. Boop.